Hey guys, Scott with G Reviews here to review the 2020 Highlander LE. This video has been brought to you by Route 44 Toyota in Raynham, Massachusetts. They've got hundreds of new and pre-owned inventory on the lot to choose from, so go check them out. Looking under the hood of the 2020 Highlander LE, we have a 3.5 liter V6 with an 8-speed transmission. We have 295 horsepower and 263 pound-feet of torque. As for the EPA mileage estimates, it's 20 in the city, 27 on the highway. We almost have an 18-gallon fuel tank, and the maximum towing capacity is 5,000 pounds. Starting with our exterior tour of the car, we do have LED headlights, LED fog lights. For the 2020 model year, the Highlander is completely redone. Again, if you remember, looking at the 2019, 2018 or lower Highlander, it kind of had more of like a minivan type of a vibe to it. The new one is leaps and bounds a more handsome vehicle, and I think it takes a lot of the styling from the new RAV4. And what does the RAV4 get its styling from? The 4Runner. So it's just going to be a much more handsome beast. Tell me your opinion of this paint. I absolutely love this paint, and it's what they call blueprint. And it's got some really nice sparkles to it. It almost looks purple to me, which I thought was pretty neat. So we've got Michelin 235/65 R18. So we've got 18-inch rims as standard on this particular model. Door-mounted rear view mirrors. And these are going to be not only heated, but also you've got your blind spot monitoring system in the mirror. And again, these are mounted on the door as opposed to the A-pillar to improve visibility. On this color, you really can't see, it's not a big contrast between the paint and the roof, but on the white one, you could really notice that the pillars are actually different color than the roof, for example. So here we have this line. So we actually have, it's kind of like a black paint. And then right here it just kind of ends. So we've got normal paint and then black paint. So just wanted to point that out to you. Kind of moving around, it does have a standard roof rack. And actually I didn't notice, it's got this nice little spoiler to it. Again, everything just looks more aggressive on this new Highlander, which is, again, very good. It looks more masculine. I think these taillights come right off of a Lexus. They really look like they come right off of a Lexus. I really love them. The bottom trim is painted in black on this model, and we have the exhaust tip, and we also have the standard spare tire. This guy right now, retail price is 40. You can see that? Yep, 40. The XLE, which is the model up from this, which basically includes leather, a slightly different instrument panel, and a few other little upgrades, I guess, if you will. It's more cosmetic than anything, but again, you do get that leather, things like that. So let's go ahead and hop in and show you what that looks like. Moving on to the instrument cluster on the LE. Look at our other video on the XLE. Big differences between the LE and the XLE, for example. Hey guys, so just bear in mind that the LE and the XLE, they both have the same functionality to their instrument cluster display. The XLE's display is just obviously larger and better looking, but essentially they do the exact same functions. Do have nice leather material on the steering wheel, and it is stitched. Feels very good, feels premium. The steering wheel is pretty standard Toyota. Got our volume controls, our controls to change the gauge cluster there, the different screens to go through, right? So all those. On the right hand side of the steering wheel, we have our adaptive cruise control switches. We have our mode in terms of AM, FM, CD, those types of things. And we also have our skip and reverse track buttons as well. Moving over to the center console, it's gonna be the same 8-inch touchscreen as the, for example, RAV4 or other Highlander models. Bluetooth, Sirius XM radio. This does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is great. I really like the infotainment screen on the new Toyotas, as again we have not only steering wheel controls, we also have physical controls, and we have touch screen as well. So you get a little bit of everything. So on the LE, we don't have heated or cooled seats. Again, those would be here on the upper trim models. We still have the same cool little displays here for your climate control, which is neat. And you've got obviously dual climate control, so you can change those individually. So you can't shut these middle ones. Anyway, moving down from there, we have a nice little cubby hole for cell phones, whatever, wallets, etc. It's a nice little spot. And then we have a very similar size spot down here, again for phones, etc. Got our various USBs here. So you got 3 USBs. One is standard, and then these are 2.1, so they're a little higher output USBs to charge your phone faster. 12-volt outlet. 2 cup holders, big enough for a Yeti cup. In all of the Highlander models, we're going to have sport, eco, and normal modes. So again, sport's just going to tighten up a little bit. Normal is normal. And then eco is going to save you some gas. Got a mud and sand mode, rock and dirt mode. So if you're planning on taking your Highlander rock climbing, there's that mode as well. Because this is the all-wheel drive model. Snow mode, hill descent, really, again, that is a very off-road feature, that hill descent control. I really doubt that anyone with a Highlander is going to take it that much off-road that they need hill descent control, but hey, you never know. That's really for really slow, like rock climbing type stuff. And then we have our auto start-stop. On the LE, we don't have, on this particular model, a sunroof. We have a spot for sunglasses, and then we've got this cool little mirror here to spy on your kids in the back seat. Again, like I said, the seats, they look good, they feel good. Not leather, but again, some people just don't like leather. It's one of those things, right? Some people think that cloth is more comfortable. Your standard glove box applies. And we have the same neat... this might be something that people like and some people hate, right? Because having a big center console here is really important to some people. But here we do have, it's quite cavernous, it's pretty big. It's deep, it's not wide. All right, so that's that. Let's go ahead and hop in the back seat and show you about that. Again, very, very good amount of space back here. This is sitting behind myself, so again, lots and lots of space. This is adjustable. So this is 60/40 adjustable, and it's on little tracks, which is really nice. I mean, all the way forward is obviously crazy, but I mean, even here, and probably the third row might actually have a decent amount of space. Lots of room, I'll just say that. I mean, I'm super comfortable back here. Have a nice armrest in the middle with some cup holders, plenty of headroom, probably 4 or 5 inches of headroom, and we have our AC vents on the side, so I will show you that momentarily. All right, so let's hop in the back seat. I have cloth placed for your arm here, your typical controls. Kind of hard. This is actually hard plastic in the back seat versus the front seat. It was soft touch. So again, that's the LE instead of the XLE or upper trim models. So again, in the LE, we do have a bench seat here. So you can technically fit one more person in this model versus the upper trim model. We have a center seat in the middle. Again, lots of space, pretty basic back here. We have our AC vents over here as opposed to right in the middle, which is where they are with the sunroof. So that's kind of the difference there. We have our climate controls back here. So you can turn them up or down if you want them to the face versus a good amount of airflow coming through there. And check out that third row. Incandescent light bulbs. That amount of space is not a whole lot. Obviously, these seats are pushed all the way back. However, I'll go ahead and just climb back here and show you. All right, so this is what the back seat looks like. I mean, again, my knee is past this seat because this is all the way back. I guess I'll attempt to pull this back. Yep, that's not happening. I could put it there and I'm okay. Take my word for it, not a great place as an adult to be in the back seat or the third row of the Highlander. All right, so looking at the cargo area of the Highlander, I'll go ahead and push these third row seats down. So really it's just as simple as pulling these little tabs, pushing it down, and the headrests drop. So again, something really nice is this this mat. So this mat, it's all rubberized and it goes and actually attaches to the back of the third row. So you have a very nice flat load floor. All of your stuff you got to put in the back. So we've got our tools back here. We have our jack, and then you do have a full-size spare tire. Power lift gate. All right, let's take a drive in the 2020 Highlander LE. This one is the V6 with the 8-speed automatic transmission. Yeah, I am in sport mode right now. And again, it's all-wheel drive. very good acceleration for a 3-row SUV for sure. Very good acceleration. And really it's one of those things that you can't really put your finger on, but just riding up higher, it just kind of gives you more confidence when you're driving around. You do sit fairly high in this this Highlander, which I really like. Really nothing to sneeze at, if that's the term, right? Everything is very well appointed. And again, even with the cloth seats are actually very comfortable. Smooth as can be, which I really like. Almost 300 horsepower. It does a lot for this car. The 4-cylinder, again, it's still got 200 some odd horsepower, which is great. But really having the V6 is it's a very, very nice addition, I guess you could say, to the car. Steering inputs are very quick. They're not going to be sports car, but that's not the point of this car. And it is adjustable, the steering. So the electronic steering. When you're at slow speeds, it gets actually easier to turn the wheel. So I went ahead and put the transmission over to the manual mode. Really, this transmission responds extremely quickly to inputs, which I'm very, not only surprised, but very impressed with at how quick it responds. I would even say this thing might need some paddle shifters. And for a potential dad someday, I would want my family hauler to be fun, not just a family hauler, right? I want it to be a little sporty. And again, those shifts are very quick. I like it. And here's just a little bit of a different viewpoint for the end of the video. But anyway, this has been Scott with G Reviews. I really appreciate you guys watching our automotive reviews. We certainly want to do a lot more of them, and we really enjoy doing these automotive reviews for you. But again, this review was brought to you by Route 44 Toyota in Raynham, Massachusetts. Please check those guys out if you have the opportunity. Please like and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. We got lots more great content coming out from G Reviews. Good guys, good reviews, G Reviews. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.